So I'm Anne Innes, and I'm from the Spiritualist Church in Methven, which is just outside Perth. I am a volunteer and I help Susan Quinn, who runs the Spiritualist Church in Methven, and we just help out with any job that needs to be done: teas, coffees, we sell raffle tickets, tidy up, anything that she's needing done. But it's really well organised and it's a really good little church, and it's only been going for over a year. I'll tell you this, it's really busy now. It's getting more busy, and it's not just local people from the village of Methven, more people from outside Perth area, surrounding areas are now attending the church, which shows the work that Susan's putting in with the help of her volunteers, of course.
My name's Marion MacDonald. I stay in Glasgow and I do a lot of baking for the church. And it's just to help out Lily and Marion. I do the crispy cakes, the bounty balls, and I do the muffins.
Hello, I'm Jane. I'm a member of Ayr Spiritualist Centre and have been for a few years now. I started attending the church just in 2019, and then of course everything was closed down in 2020, but back up and running, and I've been in the development class there as well since then, so I'm a trainee medium. But my main role in the church on a Sunday night is making the tea after the service for everyone that comes down into the kitchen for a wee blather, and sometimes some feedback, because that's when they come and they say if they've received a message, how relevant it's been, maybe a wee bit of feedback about it, and we have our regulars that come every week, and it's good to catch up with them. And for some people it's maybe a wee bit of a lifeline, if they're older and on their own and maybe don't have a lot of company, and quite like a wee cup of tea and a biscuit.
Hiya, I'm Marion Walls. The church I'm involved with is Glasgow Central Association of Spiritualists, which is known otherwise as Berkeley Street, that's what we call it. I became involved in this church going back 40 years ago, after my papa passed away, my grandfather passed away, and because this was my papa's church, it meant that my brother, my sister and I have had a lot of involvement over the years, because my sister's the chairperson, my brother's the treasurer, and I, for my sins, work in the kitchen. So I do the teas in here. I didn't want involved with committees or anything at the time, so I've helped over the years make the teas, in charge of the kitchen, and I thoroughly enjoy it, because it's still my papa's church. This is the way we regard it, as my papa's church. So it holds a lot of good memories for myself. And I now do platform. I've done platform work for a wee while, so I've actually served in this church as well, which is fabulous.
Hi, my name's Debbie. I'm from the Arbroath Spiritualist Centre. I'm one of the volunteers. For volunteering, we could do anything from selling 50-50, opening the doors, cleaning the centre, welcoming people, explaining about the whole. If it's someone brand new there, it's nice to have a nice welcome for them. And I've really just been going since I was a child, got taken as a child, and just kept going. And then I took my children there, so yeah, it's been a long journey, but I still love it, and I go back every week because it's fun. Yeah.
So my name's Jacqueline McConaughey. I'm one of the vice presidents at Ayr Spiritualist Centre. I first came into spiritualism 27 years ago into the doors of Ayr, and it felt as if I came home. I've been a spiritualist ever since. I was married as a spiritualist, and my son was christened in the spiritualist church. I volunteer regularly at Ayr. We're involved in quite a few things. We're one of the churches that's opening up the new adult and child lyceum. So that's taken a lot of work to do, a lot of background stuff. And the reason that I like volunteering is because not just to make a difference to people's lives, but to bring comfort to people when they're going through the most difficult times of their lives.
Well, my name's Alice Corner, and I've been in the spiritualist movement for 26 odd years, and I'm a healer in the movement. My dad and I came into spiritualism when my mum died, as a lot of people do when somebody dies, they then become aware of spiritualism. So we came into spiritualism when my mum died, and it made such a difference. My dad was 80 at the time, and he then became a spiritual healer, and I followed on in healing, and I still heal to this day at Falkirk Spiritualist Church in Burnhead Lane. I then got on to the district about a couple of years after I became a spiritualist, and I've been in the district, but I'm now retiring, as it so happens, retiring at the end of this year, March, so I'll no longer in the district. And I've worked in my church for years as well. I've done quite a lot of different positions and always volunteered, where at one time you could be there 4 nights a week. I'm afraid I'm now down to 1 night a week. But I do feel the district does a lot for our churches, and Healing, the Healers podcast is another addition. So I think that's good to take it out to people. If the churches were maybe more aware of the likes of the podcast, it would be good. So I think if each church was to be notified, there would maybe be more listen.